Okay, welcome back. It's a good few days, probably a week after Ford Fair. And if you watched my last video, you'd realise that I had a nightmare up there. Well, I've had a really good time. But as soon as I pulled on the stand, I opened my boot to get the cleaning stuff out. Or I think it's to put the pack lunch back, so we've been snacking on the way up, because that's what we do. And as I opened it, a hinge popped off it, and the boot was like dunk. And it flew off basically, a bit like this.
Oh no!
So me panicking, not wanting to walk around Silverstone like Simon from in between us. We managed to get it back on, but obviously then I didn't want it to lift on the way home on the motorway, etc. But anyhow, that's a bit of a quick recap. I'll show you some clips of Silverstone in the montage now. In case you haven't seen it, go back and watch the last video, see the bills on the Escort if you want, and the Focus. But yeah, enjoy the video, and this is a quick mini repair to keep it going for the winter, and then, well, start next year, maybe take it back off road and paint this thing properly where we've caused the damage if I can't do a decent enough job. But yeah, have a look. Thanks for watching. Postman's just been. I wonder what this could be. It feels like something good. So yeah, I'm not doing no unboxing videos and stuff, but this is a Hinge. And it's from Scott. So cheers for that, Scott. I put up a clip of his Instagram, so go and check him out. He's got a really cool cosy and big power and stuff like that. So I'll put that clip up right now as well. But like I said, I'll mention the video another time as well, I'm sure. But thanks very much. This is massively appreciated. It's like, what day is it today? It's Wednesday. He posted this on Tuesday and it's already come. So recorded first class sign for, you know, I didn't have to sign for it, it was just posted. But yeah, I'm chuffed. And get on with fixing the car now. Okay, so it's a few days after Ford Fair. What an absolutely amazing event. We loved it. I've seen a lot of speculation online saying about how much of a crap event it was. It's for the Focuses, for the Fiestas and stuff. Calm down everyone. It was. It was also full of causies. It was full of really cool old school Mark 1s, Mark 2s. And look, everybody in our Ford scene deserves to be in there. And the reason they deserve to be in there is because they enjoy Fords. It's not about what you own. And anyway, look, for Focus and stuff like that, and for SSTs, very an affordable price point for somebody to get into it. We just can't all afford old school cars. Hence the fact I built a replica. My old RS Turbo was a replica, and I'm building an original. But anyway, more important, my boot didn't snap, if you remember I mentioned in my last video. So we opened the boot and just collapsed and clunk. I was like, fuck, absolutely destroyed it. My day, I was like, oh no. I chipped and damaged the paint. I'll show you now. Hang on a second. Well, this might not look like much. Don't forget, this is a freshly painted car, okay? So it's chipped here, it's chipped there, it's chipped around the edge here, it's chipped here. It's a little bit more up the top, it's chipped those edges. Luckily, I can hand sand that out, and because it's a 2-pack paint, hopefully. And I'm pretty much confident you will never know. There's tiny little bits, is literally a little bit. I'd lift it up. Anything that is going would have to come off because I don't want it coming up. But yeah, look, I've got this spectral paint. This is an epoxy etch primer. It's obviously for priming bare metal and stuff. I've had a boot hinge off Scott Rogers. He's on Instagram as Cosy Rogers. Hit him up, big power Cosy. Proper sound guy he is. He really helped me out. He told me straight away he's got a hinge up there for me. Don't panic about it, Dan. You know what, day after he messaged me, he sent it to me. He won't take any money, he won't take any post off me, he just wants a pint back, and I will definitely buy him a pint when I see him. So thanks, Scott, I really do appreciate it. Imagine doing this to a brand new paint job. Obviously it's raining. Let's get this off as well. Otherwise it's only going to lift and put touch up on it. Okay, so I'll mask this up and I will feather this out by hand. So the trusty 2 layers of tape. I'm going to use a 240 or 400 on this. We'll have a gander now. I'm not sure. I think 240 should be enough to do it. Okay, so what we did is we used the 240, then the 400 and feathered it out. So there is no edges now. Don't worry about that, because I'll get down to a 1500 on that area and I'll polish up the DA. There's no marks on there now, so that's been feathered out. Don't forget, right, I can paint and stuff. I am experienced in a body shop. I'm not a cowboy, but I'm doing this to show you, to help you if you come across the same kind of things yourself, okay? What I'll do, I'll put a bit of etch primer on and then the brush or spray into a can. I'll brush on these areas, and then when the hinge is fitted, we move on to fixing this paint. This is the other side where it's damaged. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with these. But you can see them more on the camera, you can't see the flesh. I might, to be honest with you, just touch them up. There are only slight breaks on the top of the paint. This car is painted in a 2-pack paint, so this is easier with a 2-pack, okay? Not so much easy with base and clear. If you look underneath there, just that area, difficult to see without the light, but that is where the hinge snapped. I'm not going to open the boot right now because I don't want to not be able to close it. Okay, so on a trusty washing line, here is the etch primed hinge. It's been cleaned up with a scotch. It was a bit crusty in certain parts, but it is a solid hinge. Cleaned that up now and I've etch primed that. Don't think I have any frozen white. I may have diamond white. Alright, Charles. Chelsea's up there looking through the window thinking, what on earth is he doing right now?
Oh, fucking twat.
I'm quickly doing this and maybe give a quick blast with either diamond white or frozen white. I don't think you're going to see it where it is, or at least it will be white. There we go. We're in frozen white. So we went in and we will have this on the car in no time, but not today.
1 eternity later.
There's a crew in the window, sunbathing, and we have a painted hinge. A fully functional painted hinge. What do you think, guys? Good job? Good job, babe? Yeah. It's good, yeah? You gonna help me put it back in the car? No, I'm just gonna sunbathe. Okay, so the sun's out. That means I'm out of the car. Just unlocked it, gonna lift it up, and you can see already how the hydraulic rams have popped it out. Look at that. So first job is to disconnect these and pop off the arms. Hopefully we do not do any more damage here, but I'm not going to film for a second. I'm just going to concentrate and get this right. Okay, we are up in the air, and that was a twitchy moment. It's dropped a few times. I made another little tiny little knock. I have to touch it up, but we have got plans to do a bit more paint on the car. This is just one of those things that I've just got to go ahead and do and bite the bullet with it and just hope it all works out. I am stressed and I want this just to be right. So a bit of a shit thing to happen really. But yeah, so I've got it up, I'm holding the bonnet, I have the boot up now, I have one shaft on still. Next job I'm going to undo the 10 mils and take the hinge off, okay? I'm not going to show you too much content, like I said, because my focus at the moment is not filming and blogging. It's about getting this right. I'm not too sure how much sweat you can see dripping off my forehead, but we've got the old hinge out and we've got the new one in, and this is hard. I've literally nearly decapitated myself.
I was thinking about doing a fade and getting a taper in the back.
I'm having a nightmare, to be honest. Okay, so on review, we've got one hinge on, and I've chipped out the paint already. But then checking the other hinge, if you look really, really close to the edge, don't know if you see there, I can't get the boot to line up. You think why? Because this one's knackered too. So this is the broken hinge that's come off. You can see that's supposed to be closed. It's just worn through and snapped. But that's about to happen to the other side. So I might as well swap them both out. I'm going to have to get another hinge. Great stuff.
Hours later.
Okay, so Matthew come to rescue on this one. So thank you Scott and Matthew now. Sanders, he had a spare one off his Cosy boot he bought. Hope this is a bit more clear. So yeah, Scott gave me a new hinge. I put the new hinge on. I was like, absolutely amazing, great. When I closed the boot, nothing would line up. And to be true, this is why. blow the hole there. If you look at that should be about 4 or 5 mil thick, and that's the reason why the other one collapsed. So these boots are heavy. I recommend you check your hinges, guys, because that ruined my boot and caused damage to a freshly painted car. So this one you see here is the damaged one. It broke. It caused me the aggro, where it's broken through. Absolutely gutted, but unbelievable. So yeah, that's just a paperweight now, or scrap. The next little job is just a panel wipe off this, clean this up before I touch it back up. And I have created a bit more damage on this side, which I'll have to wet out. It's literally minor, so I'll touch this up now. It's just because it caught the hinge, there's nothing I can physically do about it. You're battling it, that boot is heavy and our whale tail is not light. So I'm just glad it didn't blow off on the way home and I made it up in one piece, and the car did. Also something I'm super devastated about, I've chipped it here. But again, you will not see this. I'll do the kind of like touch up process, and then what you'll do is I'll show you how I flattened it out. Okay, so my spoon. I have in here 2-pack white paint. This is a bit of masking tape and there's a bit of hardener in here. Dab it in, fill the hole. Don't use a brush because we get strokes, and this will naturally flow out now. I'll show you the finished product. You just need to watch, you don't spill the paint as you're doing it. Get these gaps down here first. If you're laughing, this is how we do things in the boy shop. And I'm sure it's not just me, other people do as well. This is the best way to touch up. You're completely in control of how thick you make the masking tape at the end. Also, the masking tape isn't contaminated, painted or anything. If you're using a brush, it's way too heavy, okay? You're carrying too much product, you get brush strokes. I want to put this on nice and thick. Well, not to the extent where you're like, what the hell, causing drips, but to the extent that I can flat this back there for afterwards. You've got to put hardener in 2-pack paint, okay? Otherwise this will never do well. Or it will take absolutely forever. Right, I'm going to drop this boot down now quickly. How's it falling down? These lines are okay. You've got to remember, it's a 31-year-old Ford. Oops, right, I'll make sure I do not go anywhere near this car with this paint now, because I've spelt it and it will drip. Right, let's roll. Normally if you spray and paint, you'd use 1 part paint, sorry, 2-part paint, 1 part hardener and 10% thinners. You don't need to use any thinners because it's not going through a gun. I've literally put a spoonful of paint with a dab of hardener. Because you can't guess in a ratio, you might go off too soon. I'm just literally dabbing this on, so tomorrow or the day after I can go over it with a 1500 wet, just soften the edge out so it's not showing a lip, and then polish it out with a DA, or probably won't even have to use a DA. I can go by hand with a bit of rubbing compound. and a cloth or a GA pad. You're probably bored by now watching, but I'm not going to time lapse or anything because this is for you to see how it's done and how long it takes, okay? So all in all, I probably spent about an hour and a half fixing Hinge. It would have been a lot quicker if it was just for one hinge, but as soon as I went to close it, as I said, you can see the second hinge was damaged, causing the boot to stick out. I don't recall filming that because I didn't want to cause any damage to the car by leaving it sit. You want to make sure you capture underneath as well so it doesn't rust. Whilst I'm doing this anyway, let's go back and talk about Ford Fair. Do you know what? People are entitled to their opinions. But I was talking to Sanders earlier about this and he watched the video and he said it was absolutely great. And he thought it was the best one in a long time. And if he hadn't been in, he's got he was on holidays in Tenerife doing like every single park and island end to island end. I know where I'd rather be. But yeah, you kind of got that he didn't go. And you say a lot of focus is there in the Fiestas and stuff. Just 20 years ago, all it would have been there is Series 1 turbos. So it's exactly the same comparison, guys. Doesn't matter what the car is now, and if you like it, you can walk past ones you don't like, and when you do see a car that you like, it makes it more fun. You're like, oh look, I spot one of these. They're rarer. Let me climb over there. Whoops, we got a fan, we got a cat. Local street cat. Right, let's do this last bit. It's a lovely day today, so I'll leave this outside now, harden off of it. You know what, right, when I was at that show, somebody called me a real YouTuber. I didn't know what it meant. And the more we went on to chat and stuff, I've got a little mark there, just want to clear up. The more we went on to chat, I was like, I didn't kind of get what they meant. But they said, I tell it like it is, and that I don't hide things, and I certainly don't. So this being a prime example, it's a replica, and everybody knows it's a replica. So I've got no reason to hide anything. There was people at the show and they were like, is that a real Cosy? And I'm like, what do you think? And they were looking around and they're like, oh, we bought one of these and we just saw one again on the road. And do you know what? I had to tell them it was an R2000 and they just couldn't believe it. And this happens a lot, do you mean? So, hang on a second, just want to show you. That's how much paint I got left, so I've hardly used any. Okay, so a few other things left to do. I'm not really a fan of this stuff, but I think that's important. Yep, so we've waxed all these up. That one does need painting. I do have this really flappy roof lining to put back. I should just redo it. I keep putting it off. But let's check this then, shall we? Worried now. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so gaps look okay. We're in line. This one could probably come over the other side a little bit now, but I can adjust at a later date. It's not the end of the world. Don't forget, this is a 31-year-old Escort. It doesn't look too bad. I don't know what it's like on the camera. Yeah, back could do a tweak that side a little bit. Let's have a look up here. I've touched this actually. So I chipped the earth, remember? So I'll wait for that to harden off. Whereby is it? It's exactly there. Yeah, I'll wait for that to harden off and I'll polish that out. I've touched up along here. Again, wait for that to harden out. And then this side, I have gone on heavy, but I'll wait for that to harden and I'll sand that out. I'm sure it'll be okay. And again, up here, I'll show you the finished product anyway. It is thick, and I have purposely gone on thick, okay? So it gives me a bit of material to work with when I'm flattening. Warned, this stuff is lethal, it goes everywhere, okay? So say 3M's equivalent of spray adhesive.
3 days later.
Okay, so the paint on this area has gone harder now. As you would have seen in the clip before, it had quite a bit of a lip on it. And the reason why I had a lip on it, so it gave me a bit of product to work down. I've got 2000 wet paper here. I've masked all my edges up so I don't get any hard lines scratched out and stuff. I don't need to have any form of block or anything for this. But for the last 10 minutes, what I've been doing is gently tapering the edge out. So there'll be no lip left on here. And then just smoothing off the edge. I'll speed this up now, okay? And then put a bit more water in here. I don't know if I need to speed it up, to be honest. I've done most of the work off camera. With this being a 2000, it leaves tiny little marks which are not really noticeable. But what I will do is, I've also feathered out the 400 scratches which I would have made doing a prep work. Okay, so next job, let's get this paper off here. Let's dry this off, shall we? So now already looks 10 times better. The paint probably could wait to go a little bit harder, to be honest. But yeah, it looks like it's 10 times better to what it was. And now the next job now is to flat this out with some compound and a DA. And do it by hand first. Okay, so raw 610 extreme cut. This is my go-to. Just a microfiber I've got laying around. Tiny little bit of product. I would normally put this on the edge of a DA and buff it. But the area is so small, I should be able to work this by hand and get the same result. And if I don't, you know what? Then just rub a DA over it, isn't it? Yeah? Well, I say DA, my polisher. If you remember, alright, this area was all peeled back and I blade it back. So anything, rather than just seeing no paint, is going to be better. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'll see you on the next part. Okay, so some quick waterless detailer after you use the raw, and you have a quick look around there now. That's tidy, innit? Do you know what I mean? That edge has come back. There's a little bit of paint on the lip on the inside where it's been painted over, so I need to lift the boot up, which I can't do, as you can see in here. But on the surface, on the top, where all that was gone back to there, I'll take that any day, and all the damage on here has been repaired too, so that's a win-win. The other side is decent enough for now as well too, so I'll take that. So yeah, so what was a massive disaster and wrote my world off of a day, well, from the morning until Chelsea put me back in the check, has easily been restored and repaired and done with little bit of skill, to be honest. I am happy with it. It's come out 10 times better, and if I didn't tell any of you guys it happened, you probably would never have noticed, and that's a good thing. So anyhow, don't forget to hit sub, like, knock notifications on, all that kind of stuff. Keep positive comments coming, and I'll see you in the next show or on the next video. Or if you've got a really cool car and you're in South Wales, hit me up. Let's do a blog, shall we? Let's do a road test. Let's get it out. Let's do a bit of a drive-by and stuff in there. We're down for that. See you soon, guys. Thanks. Actually, before we go, I'll show you the other side. So this side was also damaged, and I had to touch 2 parts up. I've not sanded this one back, to be honest now, because it's only been dabbed in. But if you remember correct where Hinge was, this had all gone up there. So yeah, so luxury. That boot is done. It's back to its shiny self.